Hello, everyone. Have you ever wondered why some things stick in our memory and other things don't? Well, today, through active learning and engagement, making connections and interactive teaching strategies, we will be examining key factors associated with memory, a major component of our cognitive functioning. The objectives are as follows. Through reflecting, questioning, building on prior knowledge, and think, pair, share strategies during and/or at the conclusion of this online session, learners will be able to describe the difference between episodic and procedural memory, identify various scenarios as either short-term or long-term, explain how memory is connected to cognitive functioning, and list at least 3 ways to improve memory. So as an educator at heart, before we begin, I think it is important to see what you already know. Therefore, please answer the following true and false questions. Now let's see how you did. Great, the first answer is true. Memory is also associated to various situations. Many times when I am introduced to a person, the name goes in one ear and out the other. So, however, as strange as it may be, each school year I can remember every child's name in a matter of 20 minutes. And I know every dog's name in my neighborhood, yet I have difficulty remembering their owner's name. I'm sure many of you are probably wondering why this is. Think for a minute and reflect. Well, in remembering the names of the kids in my class, there's a sense of urgency, and I generally make a conscious effort to remember their names. And in regards to the dogs in my neighborhood, I have a special fondness and connection to them. Conversely, in parties or other types of social events, I'm usually distracted, and my mind tends to wander. In this case, I might have to rely on mnemonics, making associations to remember. So the key to remembering is to make a conscious effort, make connections, and/or make meaning out of memory. My research, therefore, has been focused on cognitive function, which includes memory. Memory provides information that tells us how to perform various tasks. Keeping this in mind, why do you think walking is considered a cognitive task? Record your answer in the chat. Great. However, to stimulate the brain, why is it important to change your route? You may raise your hand and unmute. Exactly, to prevent it from becoming robotic. Have you ever heard of the term use it or lose it? Just as we need physical activity to stay mobile, we also need to exercise our brains to remain cognizant. There are 2 types of long-term memory, episodic and procedural. Examining long-term memory versus short-term memory, long-term memory is informative knowledge that is held indefinitely or information that is repeated over and over in time. Short-term memory, on the other hand, is memory you have just acquired and doesn't have that repetitive quality of hearing it several times. In this regard, short-term memory has the capability to turn into long-term memory. Raise your hand if you've ever walked into a room and forgot why you were there. Well, this doesn't necessarily mean that you are losing it and dementia is setting in. It happens at all ages. In order to prevent this from happening, think about what you can do or what you have done in the past to remember. Now, let's go into our breakout room to think, pair, and share your answers. Now, let's test your memory. Close your eyes and envision what the Apple logo looks like. Now, open your eyes and draw it. But remember, if you have an Apple product in front of you, do not peek. So we know it is an apple, but does the apple have 2 leaves, 1 leaf? No leaves. And is the leaf on the right or the left? Do you remember a bite in the apple? If so, where is that bite, on the left or the right? Try not to think too hard about it, because sometimes our memory tends to be highly creative and might play tricks on us. It is just like when 2 people witness an accident, you're going to get multiple versions of what happened. Now let's see if you got it right. Both the bite and the leaf are on the right. Besides challenging your brain, did you know that laughter is good for you too? So to conclude, I leave you with this cartoon as a reminder of this learning experience, even if it is as simple as a smile. Now get ready for your final test of your memory. Listen to the following questions and answer to the best of your ability. Remember, this is for you, and only you will know how you scored. And this concludes our lesson on memory. Thank you for your participation.